What is going on, guys, and welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about Beastmaster. Beastmaster currently is sitting at a 46% win rate, so not a very solid win rate. Now let me explain why. I think Beastmaster is not the easiest summons hero to play. I think he's actually quite difficult to play, not because his abilities take a ton of skill to use, it's just his laning phase isn't extremely reliable. Beastmaster used to be a really big lane dominator a couple of patches ago, but I don't think that's the case anymore. I think if you have a really easy lane on Beastmaster, you can still be a lane dominator, but with a lot of the carries in the meta, Beastmaster kind of struggles a bit, so he has fallen out of favor. But I think if you are a Beastmaster player and you understand how to play this hero and what his timings are, then you can definitely still pull off wins on this hero. I definitely enjoy it personally. It's one of my favorite offlaners right now, and I especially like to play it with the Drums of Slom build. I don't typically like to play it with the Helm of the Dominator and to Helm of the Overlord. I'm definitely not a fan of just playing full-on summons, because most characters in the game right now are building Gleipnir, or at least Mjolnir, and they're just building that, and it's not going to be a really good time for your summons, and it's a lot of gold to be throwing away on an item like that. Personally, I'm not a big fan of it. Maybe when Helm of the Overlord was a lot stronger pre-nerfs, then maybe, but as it sits right now, I just like the Drums of Slom build. I would typically rush that item, and I feel like I can team fight a lot better, and I can sustain through the team fight much better. And once I have an Assault Cuirass, it's going to be very easy for me to actually man fight heroes and be able to sustain with that attack speed. Now, I understand Helm of the Overlord could definitely benefit your Drums of Slom because it's more units hitting, so you're proccing it more, but other than that, it's just not a great item. I think if anything, you should get Helm of the Dominator and then you're done with it, and not upgrade to Helm of the Overlord just because it's not great. Now, if they have a lineup that doesn't build into Gleipnir and things like that, or they just have no wave shove, then yeah, you could definitely go for a play like that and definitely heavily benefit from it. But as it stands, that's just my personal playing style on the Beastmaster. But you guys let me know in the comments if you guys are Beastmaster spammers. What do you guys like to build on Beastmaster? Do you guys enjoy the Drums of Slom build? Do you guys think it's just a meme and it doesn't work? And if you guys just like the classic Beastmaster build with the Helm of the Overlord, definitely let me know in the comments. His typical build should definitely be the boots into double bracer, and then going for the aghanims scepter, going for an AC or a BKB. It honestly depends. AC is usually going to be a lot better, but if you are getting CC'd to death, then you should definitely get a BKB. Blink Dagger is also very important on the hero. You should definitely pick that up eventually. I don't think you got to rush Blink Dagger, but you do need to have the Blink Dagger. It is really important, unless there's just a lot of catch on your team and they don't really need your roar as much. But if your roar is pretty much one of the only catches on your team, then you definitely need a Blink Dagger. And then you could end the build with a Kaya Sange. I think Kaya Sange is very underrated on the hero. It's very nice for spamming axes, and axes are definitely no joke. I think they're really nice. They're not as good as they were before, but I still think they're kind of decent, and they're really good for securing last hits. You could also take ancient stacks with it once they're at max level, so you can definitely recover in the jungle, get your team to make some stacks for you, and once they're max level, you can easily go in there and take some stacks quite easily. And if you are planning on going that route, then you should definitely get the mana boots so you can actually sustain. And since mana boots are so cheap nowadays, it is pretty nice, because typically Beastmaster doesn't like to upgrade his boots. You typically just want to keep them at base boots, and you don't want to get anything else other than that. But you can definitely pick up the mana boots if you feel like you have a lot of mana issues and there's no supports getting that item. You can definitely pick it up. It won't hinder your timings as much. Typically, you want to play Beastmaster with heroes like Crystal Maiden, Lion, Dark Willow, heroes that can set up for your boards to do a lot more slow and damage over time. Those types of heroes are going to be better. You're not going to have to commit your roar right away because CM has the root, Lion has the stuns, and Dark Willow also to a certain extent. And once you roar and Dark Willow puts Bedlam on you and you have Drums of Slom going, it can be very difficult for players to actually save their enemy carry if you do go onto them. It's a lot of damage, and in the late game, it's still no joke. I think Drums of Slom is absolutely fantastic. You guys should definitely be building that. It's one of my favorite items on the hero. Now I'm going to be breaking down his best and worst matchups. So Beastmaster is good up against Phantom Lancer, Night Stalker, Spectre, Tidehunter. You have a really solid win rate against these heroes. They aren't extremely meta, hence why kind of Beastmaster isn't meta, and just brawl push meta is pretty much not a thing right now. Like, all these summons heroes are kind of dead, like Lycan as well. These heroes are being played very situationally. They're not very popular, and mostly heroes like Phantom Lancer are pretty much a ghost. Like, nobody's playing these heroes, so you're not really picking Beastmaster into really solid lanes. You're mostly picking it for the game, for the setup of roar, or maybe for the split push potential, which isn't as strong as well. Beastmaster used to be able to just stay in the lane pretty much till 20-25 minutes. You could just keep him there and nothing would really happen. But nowadays, people are just going to group up as 5, and Beastmaster is still really good at grouping up as 5, but the split push aspect of Beastmaster is not as great as it was before. Now, some of his bad matchups are Earthshaker, Huskar, Medusa, Gyrocopter. So these heroes could definitely put up a ton of work. You could definitely crush the Medusa in lane, but when it comes to the late game, Medusa's going to do a lot. You don't really do absolutely anything to her. You can't really burn her mana shield fast enough. It's not really your job to do so, but you can definitely chip in. But even with an ancient creep, you're still not going to be doing a whole lot to Medusa. Earthshaker, obviously you're a summons hero, so Earthshaker is always going to be good up against summons heroes. A well-placed Echo Slam could definitely destroy you. Heroes like Huskar can definitely easily shit on you in lane if they are in lane, but they can definitely take care of you. Back when Beastmaster mid was a thing, playing against Huskar mid was definitely very brutal, very difficult for you to take down. You definitely needed support rotations to be able to come up ahead in that matchup, and that's pretty much once you had Roar, because other than that, you're pretty much getting pushed out of lane constantly, and you had to go for max access so you can take the ancient stacks and kind of recover in the jungle. It was definitely very tough times, but it was fun when Beastmaster was being played situationally as a mid. I definitely enjoyed those times a lot. I was playing a lot of mid Beastmaster. I think mid Beastmaster might work nowadays. It really depends on your matchup. I think some players can definitely still make it work. If you guys are Beastmaster spammers, I think you can still make it work. I think it could be fun, but you definitely need to know what your matchup is going to be 100%, because if they pick a sniper, they pick a viper, any of these heroes, you're going to have a lot of issues. You're going to get kicked out of lane and you're going to have zero impact and no farm. So if you are going to play Beastmaster mid, please make sure you understand the matchups and know exactly who you're going up against, as this hero can definitely fall out of favor, and even with the jungle, you can still feel really squishy in the game. Also consider buying items like Crimson Guard. If it's a very physical lane you're dealing with, don't go for the double bracer and get yourself a Vanguard, and then you can upgrade to Crimson. That is going to be really nice. It's going to make you super tanky. Vanguard is very underrated on Beastmaster. Since you are that frontline tank, you want to have an item like Vanguard if they have a lot of physical damage. Obviously, if they have a lot of magical damage, you get yourself a pipe, but it's very underrated. Not a lot of Beastmasters tend to pick it up. Beastmaster players are kind of either you go the Drums of Slom build, or you end up going for the Helm of the Overlord, or you kind of do both. There's not a whole lot of variations to their builds, which is kind of annoying, as the hero can practically build anything he wants. You can build full auras, you can build utility with items like Greaves, you can build Halberd. There's a lot of things this hero can do, and if you are creative on the Beastmaster, you can definitely make this hero work, even though his win rate is definitely subpar. But I'd definitely like to know in the comment section below if you guys are Beastmaster spammers. Let me know what you guys are doing to make this hero work a lot more often, even though his win rate is bad. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, consider subscribing and joining the Dota Chronicles community. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.